Mining is a tough business. And building mines in northern Canada, forest fires are always a risk.
We went from watching it to suddenly evacuating our entire company from the site.
It was a very emotionless decision because that's what you need to do in these type of situations. Follow protocols, follow safety, make sure that you get everyone off-site as quickly and safely as possible.
Two of our values that really led us during this crisis were care and integrity.
There was a lot of experience on site, and we were really able to come together and put together a plan and execute it.
There was a huge support system there. It was a team and a family.
That's what it takes to get mining processes done, is deal with those risks, understand them, and move on.
I think we responded really well during this crisis.
We unfortunately had a regional wildfire that was starting to encroach on our land package here.
First thing we would do is we'd log into our computers and check on the SPSA Wildfire Interactive Map. We see that the wolf fire popped up, and once the fire gets to that closer level, we contact the SPSA and we determine whether the threat level is elevated. In this case, prior to our evacuation, it was.
When fires, if they reach a certain threshold or a certain range from site, the next stage kicks in.
There was a meeting of the executive committee with our crisis management team. The decision was made. Advice from the SPSA was given to evacuate. They dispersed, safed out their work areas, and began the evacuation process.
I was a volunteer firefighter for about 10 years. I've been through 4 or 5 forest fires and other projects I've been on. I've been through a few companies. Foran was actually very well prepared. There were a lot of policies and procedures in place. The evacuation, very smooth.
We had coaches on site, we had personal vehicles on site, and we had a wealth of contractor and Foran vehicle assets, all left through the gate. And we had records of all those people, who they are, who they worked for, and where they were going. We had a large contingent, especially early in the evacuation, that we simply staged up in Saskatoon to continue to provide support for the site and the evacuation operations. That's why 560 people, just over 2 hours, safely and efficiently, without injury or incident, were evacuated out of this gate.
Other than a couple of people that do have wildfire experience, I think it was a new experience for most people on site. We were learning daily, but at the end of the day, we were confident we had the right people on site to manage the threats of the wolf fire. So the 5 main site assets that we needed to protect during the wildfire event was the core farm, the main camp, mine water treatment plant, potable water treatment plant, and the exploration camp itself. So up on the left here, you'll see our temporary mine water treatment plant. So because this is a temporary facility, it took a little bit of creativity, a little bit of ingenuity as to how we were going to protect it. We used 3 sprinklers, mounted the genie booms 60 feet in the air. That allowed us full coverage of the entire facility. So there's 2 techniques when it comes to protecting core. One is sprinklers, water. The other is the area around the core storage facility. Fire breaks, fuel breaks, pushing the trees back so the fire cannot approach or encroach on the core facility itself.
We had been doing all the setup for water suppression systems. We'd brought in a third-party, Arctic Fire, to help assist, and they're professional firefighters, wildland firefighters. We were ready. Everybody was good to go.
When it came time to set things up, it was all hands on deck. Everybody was in there doing everything they needed to do to make sure that we could protect the assets and protect this site.
There was the one day when we were there, we were told that we were going to be engaging, and the wind was in the right direction. There was a definite tension that was palpable in the air. I think the group gelled together. We had a bunch of people from different assets and from different shifts that were all brought together. Everyone was pitching in. It was really beautiful.
Everybody was very confident that we were going to be able to come through this event.
There was a 6-day period where the fire significantly shifted. And after that 6-day period, there was that aha moment or that sort of sigh of relief where, yeah, this is pretty much done.
So we had people who'd lost their houses, stuck in evacuation centres and, in Saskatoon with nothing.
We are at my home in Denier Beach. We're what's left of my home. 300 homes were either compromised or a total loss. That's over 75% of the residences in Denier Beach that were affected by the Wildfire.
What we had to do was just think quickly about what do people need, what do they want, how do they get some sense of normalcy so that they can react to this situation, not completely fall apart, what can we do? The GoFundMe was part of that, and there were some incredibly generous donations made by Foran staff that will go towards those who did lose their houses in the Denier Beach fire.
Foran was very supportive right from the get-go. No questions asked. They made sure every one of us was taken care of. They really went above and beyond. I think we just got to look forward and be positive, and let's get on with the rebuild.
Foran management came through for us and supported us, not just the people on site, but they supported the team off site as well. They made sure everybody was situated after the evacuation, everybody had a place to work, everybody was paid during this evacuation.
At the end of the day, our biggest asset is our people, and we need to ensure that we're protecting and keeping everyone safe.
This was quite an unknown situation, right? We didn't know if it was going to be days, weeks, months that we would be off-site, but we did make that decision to keep people fully paid. People have mouths to feed. There was also a lot of uncertainty about housing. We had tens of thousands of people evacuated to Saskatoon from the northern communities in this area. So, at least being able to afford a hotel if they needed one and not have to sleep in their car, that can make a huge difference to people during an awful time like this.
Foran has stepped up in a way that I've never seen a company step up before. I've been in this industry for decades, and their response was essentially flawless.
Once the wildfire kind of settled down a little bit, we'd move it into meetings about returning the site in a safe manner.
That's when the planning started for the repatriation. But everybody understands that what's going on out there, it's not a threat to the mine site, things are going to be okay.
I was really excited to get back to work. It was somewhere where everything was normal.
Happy to get back to the routine. We're here to build a mine, we're here to build a successful mining company.
It brought up new, profound respect and excitement towards getting the build done.
If I have any message to the 45 people that stayed behind and helped Foran get through this ordeal, I would do it again in a heartbeat. With every one of them, every one of them.